Today, we're going to be talking about a topic that's relevant just due to the time zone that we're in, getting back to school. And the topic is injured in a school zone. And it's what Kansas City drivers need to know about liability. School zones are designed to protect students and keep neighborhoods safe, but they also create some unique environmental issues for car accidents. From distracted drivers to sudden stops and congested traffic patterns, these areas are oftentimes high risk, especially during morning drop-offs and afternoon pickups. If you're injured in a school zone accident in Kansas City, understanding who's responsible and how Missouri law applies is essential. Whether you're driving, you're walking, or riding along a vehicle with another vehicle, liability in a school zone crash can be complex and requires careful consideration. So, what is it that makes a school zone accident different? Well, for one, school zones are not normal roads with slower speed limits. They are governed by stricter rules, increased penalties, and heightened expectations for driver awareness. They present the presence of children, crossing guards, flashing lights, and multiple vehicle types, including school buses and carpools, adds really a layer of unpredictability to the traffic flow. Accidents in these areas can involve a number of situations. You may be seeing rear end collisions and drop off lines. You may be seeing side impact crashes from hurried lane changes. You may see pedestrian and bicycle impacts on crosswalks, or you may even be seeing school bus related incidents. Because of all these dynamics, Missouri courts often examine these cases more closely, especially when children are involved or if traffic laws are violated. So we're going to talk about fault and negligence in Missouri school zone crashes. Like most car accident cases, liability in school zones is typically determined by proving negligence. Negligence occurs when a driver fails to act within the reasonable care, or particularly in Missouri, fails to exercise the highest degree of care, and that leads to an injury. In school zones, drivers are held to an elevated duty of care because of the presence of children. Common behaviors that may be considered negligence include speeding through an active school zone, failing to yield to a pedestrian or to a crosswalk, illegally passing a stopped school bus, distracted driving while in a school zone area. And when these actions result in a crash or injury, the driver can be held financially responsible for damages. Missouri does have a comparative fault rule, and the way the comparative fault rule works is that one party can actually still collect even if they're partially at fault. For example, if you were found 20% responsible for a crash, you suffered $100,000 in injuries, you may still be entitled to collect $80,000. This rule really plays a significant role in school zone cases where there's multiple factors, such as the other driver being distracted, maybe the other driver having some sort of unsafe drop-off procedure. They may contribute to the crash and may share some fault as well. Common school zone crash scenarios. So understanding the most common types of school zone accidents can really help drivers avoid them and know what to do. Some of the most common incidents include parking lot collisions. School lots are congested and stressful, especially during morning and afternoon hours. Drivers may back out quickly, cut through parking rows, and this can lead to fender benders or sideswipe accidents. Also, failing to yield to pedestrians. Children are often unpredictable when crossing streets. Missouri law requires drivers to yield to pedestrians in marked crosswalks, and failing to do so can result in both civil liability and potentially criminal by having traffic violations. Passing a stopped school bus. It is illegal to pass a stopped school bus when its red lights are flashing and the stop arm is extended. Violating this rule can result in severe penalties, including fines, license suspension, and liability for any injuries that result. Also, distracted driving while in school zones. Using a phone, adjusting a GPS, or simply just not paying attention can have serious consequences. Many children or other vehicles nearby can really increase the risk. Even a moment of inattention can lead to significant harm. So, what to do after a school zone accident? If you've been injured in a school zone, your actions in the hours and days can really impact your ability to recover damages. First and foremost, call the police immediately. Even to ensure an accident report's filed, especially if someone's injured in a school zone, is critical. Document the scene. Take photos of the vehicles, road signs, school zone indicators, and any injuries. Include wide angle shots. Really, the giving the context of the photo becomes important in understanding what the photo is of. Seek medical care. Even if you feel fine, it's important to get evaluated. Injuries can develop or worsen in the days and weeks after a crash. Identify witnesses. Parents, teachers, crossing guards, or other drivers that have seen the incident can really provide helpful statements. Avoid discussing fault. Admitting guilt, even casually, can be used against you in a legal claim or insurance dispute. Now, there are sometimes injuries involving teen drivers. The beginning of a school year, more teen drivers in Kansas City roads are driving. Because younger drivers have less experience and are more prone to distractions, the chances of collision do increase. If a teenage driver causes a crash, their parents potentially have some liability, uh, depending on the fact pattern in the accident, especially if the vehicle is owned or insured by the parent's policy, they may. Claims involving minors may also involve unique insurance issues that require closer review. School zones are intended to be safe places, but they are also hotspots for accidents, especially during the start of the academic year. If you've been injured in one of these areas, it's essential to understand your rights, how fault's determined, and what steps to take to protect your claim. Whether your accident involved another driver, a pedestrian, or a school district vehicle, Missouri law provides options for holding the at-fault party responsible. If you or your child are involved in a crash during the back-to-school season, knowing your legal rights and next steps can make all the difference. Give us a call if you need help, and thanks for tuning in.